So once you have it downloaded, go through the process of installation. I'm hoping one of the requirements for this course is that you are at least familiar with computers and you know how to install software. So go ahead and install the software. Once you install the software, you can open it. Okay, so this is the latest version, and as you can see, this is how our QGIS looks like. So it actually tells me there's a new version available, and this I can see it's version 3.38. How do you know the version that you're running? You can always come to help and check QGIS version. This will tell you the current released version is 3.38, and you're able to know that they are working on the next version, which is 3.39. And again, if you want to know more about this software, the one that you currently installed, I can see it's 3.3H2. So the current one they are telling me is 3.38.3. So it's well and good. So I installed this a couple of weeks ago. So it's all good. So once you've installed, this is how QGIS looks like. As you can see, it's very simplistic. It's very it's an interface that shows simple like the layout. You can see the different elements that are out there, and I know yours might look different. Let me just go here. So there's the news section here that you can basically work on or look at the latest news. We have project templates. So for me, I've worked with this software on one of the training projects, so that's why I have a recent project. For you, if it's a new one, there will be no recent projects. So allow me to do this. So this is how QGIS looks like. And as you can see, there are quite a number of components that I want us to go through. One of them is the map of the white area, that the big white area we can see here. So this area, we call it a canvas or map canvas. This is our window of work. This is where we'll do a lot of our work. And then on this left here, we have layers, which is a panel. So QGIS is comprised of panels and toolbars, as you can see here. So if you wanted to see all the panels and toolbars that are available in QGIS, you can right click on this space, and you can see we have panels and we have toolbars. So it gives you this simplistic approach the first time you load your QGIS, but of course you can load it with all the panels or the toolbars that you need for purposes of your project. And because we're just introducing, we'll not do that for now. We shall do it as we go by. The good thing with QGIS is that you can customize it to look the way you would like it to be. All these toolbars you're seeing, all these are movable, including the layers here. You can always pick these, you can move them, you can locate maybe to the right, to the bottom, to the top side, and this will depend on your interest. Again, up here we have quite a number of menus, and you can see we have usual project, we have edit, all the way to processing. By the end of this course, we shall have seen what most of these menus contain, what tools are there, and what options we have when working in QGIS. So, as I've mentioned, you've seen that some of the icons that are here are familiar. For example, we have the new, open, and save. These are so familiar. If you're working from Word or Microsoft Word environment, at least you're familiar with these icons. There are some icons that are very specific to the GIS ecosystem, and we'll be able to see that as we go by. So as you look at as you can see from this window, we have, for example, settings. So I'll be able to take you through the different components. I cannot, of course, go through all the components at a go because it will be so confusing. But what I want us to do is that by the time you're finished up this, or finish up with this course, you would have understood where each tool is located, what it does, and how to use it. So you can see we have a very vital menu which is called setting, And settings is where I would like every one of you to open whenever you come to the QGIS for the first time, or whenever you are configuring different aspects. So now QGIS, you can have different profiles. These are basically user profiles. You can have your project being saved in a specific folder or a specific environment based on the user that you are logged in. Then we have all these options. I just mentioned about projections in the previous topic, and you see now it also appears in the settings. We have keyboard shortcuts. If you need any shortcuts, you can always create shortcuts if you need them, but in most cases you'll find that there are so many shortcuts that have already been preloaded or created for you for use in your QGIS product. We also have elements such as the interface customization. Remember, I told you you can customize this UI to basically suit your needs. So we have from the browser, there are so many objects that you can change here, and you can see all of them are checked. But this is part where I would ask you or would urge you to basically look at if you've already used QGIS for quite a while and have understood what you are basically doing, because some of them can have adverse effects because you're trying to find something and you disabled it at first, but you're not sure or you don't remember what you did. So it can be tricky when it comes to working. So the other part that I wanted us to look at is the options. So we have so many options here. You can see there's a sidebar that is full of links or full of tools. All these, from the colors, from the distance units, from the measurements, from the colors that you want, from the how we want to render the data, the scale, the information. There's so much. I want, maybe you can go through some of these components to see what is contained in there. This is what makes you understand the software more, and you're able to know what is in there. So as you can see, there are quite a lot of settings that you can do, or customizations that you can do on your QGIS, and that is what you can work with going forward. So as you can see, it's very simplistic and it's very captivating. So it's a blank canvas, and we ought to basically work with it and create more from the software. So that was more of an introductory part. There's so much that we are going to cover, and I hope we follow along and be able to learn as we continue with this course.